Hiya there folks, welcome to Boating on a Budget with me, the tight Yorkshireman.
And me, Dawn.
We're having a bit of a DIY day today, aren't we?
We are.
Nothing in particular other than trying to get this back end of this boat a bit more sorted than it was.
Yeah, brighten it up a bit.
Yeah, it's a job we didn't actually really intended leaving until we actually finished our adventure and got back into.
Yeah.
But we've decided to have a day, just take these doors off, give them a good clean down, sand up, bit of paint on them, it'll brighten it up, it'll smarten that back end up, and also at the same time, on the roof there, we've got some wood that we brought back when we came back to the boat, getting on a month ago, that we need for some shelving in these cupboards, so we can be fitting those as well, can't we?
You can.
I can, yes, I can. Yeah, you'll stick to doing the painting.
Yeah.
I'll do
Painting?
all the bits. Oh yeah.
Biggest paintbrush in the world, smallest paintbrush in the world, and you give me both.
Yeah. We bought a pack of paintbrushes, and as we've been doing the various bits of painting around the boat, they're the only two paintbrushes we've now got left. So it's either use the littlest one and take forever, or just slap it on with the big one.
Wow.
Must say though, these doors and things, they don't fit exactly perfectly, do they? They catch a bit and things like that. So we know that when we do get back to the main moorings and I've got all my proper tools and things there, it is going to still need a bit more tweaking and things into it.
Oh yeah.
But at least this is going to improve it for now, and it's going to get that shelving up, which means we can tidy up in there. So it'll help all ends up, and it's a sunny day. So we're outside in the sunshine, because basically for the last week and a half it's just rained.
Oh, it was awful yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday we just had one of them days where we just basically sat in the boat moaning.
Yeah.
Walked up to the shops, got absolutely drenched. It was just an horrible day.
Came in,
And
put his pajamas on, job we were good one.
what are we on now? 9th, 10th of June, and it's like winter weather. But yeah, so Dawn's going to paint these. I'm going to get them shelves fitted in there, give it all a bit of a tidy up and a sort out, make it better. Just to add to your fun there with the paint, that's that right thick paint.
You're not kidding.
It's proper, like it's like painting treacle on, so you have to proper work it in.
I'm gonna have to change to bigger nothing.
It is a good primer undercoat, because it's the proper stuff for covering all sorts of stains and things like that, so it is really good. I must say it's really expensive, and the only reason we've got it is because it was left on the boat and we bought the boat. But it does take a fair bit of work, because you do have to proper work it into the grain and everything. And I must say, whoever put all these on in the first place was either the tightest Yorkshireman ever,
Really?
or a proper bodger, because most of these hinges are only held on with 1 or 2 screws rather than the 3.
Yeah, they
and you've
are.
got things like this mirror that's held on. The top is held on with a posi drive screw, and the bottom is held on with a slotted screw. So it's obviously they just rummaged about in the toolbox and found whatever they could find.
Do you know when your mum had a button box? He probably had a screw box in it with all manner of screws in it.
This is what was on it, and you can, on the boat when we bought it, and you can probably see, it says nuts and bolts. So there was probably a jar that also said screws.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know button box, but he's got himself a screw jar.
I've never once claimed to be a joiner or a carpenter or anything, but at least I try and do the best I can, and you know, when you're putting hinges on, you use 3 screws, not 1.
Hold on to your hat, we have passing boat, and these will rock.
It's not even a passing boat, it's a boat that's towing a butty boat, so that means there's in effect 2 boats going past.
Well, that means everything's going to go then, doesn't it?
I'm confident they won't move anywhere.
I am.
Don't let them fall, Dawn.
I'm not, I'm trying my best.
I assume that's a trading boat that's gone past. I assume they use a little butty boat on the back to trade from. Well, I think that's all the hardware off them. So it's over to Dawn with them really now. Give them a clean up and a sand up and a paint up. And I'll make a start on that shelving.
Metal's in there as well.
Well, now Dawn's finished that first one. Well, nearly finished that first one. Taking your time a bit there, aren't you, love? It's good gloopy paint, that. And I've made you a brew.
You have?
I have actually made a brew. I'm now going to make a start on the shelving. Look, brew's up there. I've made a brew. Enjoy it. It's not very often that happens.
About it.
Yeah. And this breeze will blow it cold in no time.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm going to take you inside and we'll have a look at what I need to do in there. So as we come inside, we can see this is where we've took the cupboard doors off, and at the minute everything in there is a right mess, and we brought enough wood to be able to put extra shelving in, so there'll be like kind of another shelf there and another one somewhere down there. I do hope the camera's picking this up all right, because it's a bit awkward to film in here with having the sun directly behind me shining really bright and it being really dark in here, which is the thing that we're trying to achieve, is making this a lot lighter. So yeah, I'm going to empty all this lot out and then I can measure up and get some shelves fitted into that section. So now I've turned that old table into my 4 shelf supports. We're fitting 2 extra shelves, so I need 4 extra supports. Ultimate recycling, I think, there.
It is.
Just saying about, obviously, whoever fitted these were a tight Yorkshireman with saving screws and things, but I'm managing to use an old bench as the shelf supports and this old wood that is actually what Simon gave us, our old next door neighbour, who worked with nuts and bolts, incidentally. He gave me this ages ago to see whether it'd be any good.
Wood,
yeah, well, I mean, this is proper solid hardwood as well, hardwood flooring, so it'd be perfect for that shelving. Might need a coat of paint when it's all fitted though, Dawn.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, but we'll get it all fitted and then everything in there probably needs a good clean up and sort of painting anyway. But yeah, ready to get in there and get them fitted. But while we're talking about painting, we've decided that we're gonna up our painting game, aren't we?
Yes.
We always say on our videos that we generally don't include much painting because it can get a bit boring. But a couple of weeks ago we painted the other side of the boat. Proper DIY job, if you like.
Yeah.
We only spent sort of 2.5 days, and that included sanding it, prepping it, 2 undercoats, 2 top coats. So obviously splash and dash. And it's probably now what you call a 10-foot boat, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
A 10-foot boat, as in from 10 foot away, it looks brilliant. You get closer than 10 foot, you can see all the little imperfections and the roller marks and things. And we were going to do the same pretty much on this side, but we thought, can 2 DIYers on the side of the canal paint a boat to within a diddly bit of
a decent standard?
Yeah, of being like a professional finish. We know we'll not get a full-on professional finish. The professionals have heated dry docks and all sorts of things, don't they? But we're thinking if we take us time, we get the right equipment, we get the right brushes, not just these cheap nasty ones and things, and using the right paints and stuff. Can we paint this side to look almost like it was done by a professional?
Yeah.
So that's going to be our little challenge, as much as anything, to ourselves. So over the coming weeks, because it will take weeks overall, especially fitting it in with sort of other things that we're doing and stuff like that, and cruising about and things. So that's going to be probably a few videos coming up. We'll try and make them as interesting as we can in terms of showing the detail of how we're trying to achieve that finish and the processes and the steps we have to go through, not just quick sand over and slapping paint on.
It took a week to research it.
Yeah, we've been watching loads of videos, loads of the professional painters that put videos on the internet.
Yeah.
Been watching their videos.
Very good.
And we've watched some of the ones of the other sort of YouTubers, if you like, who make normal videos about their narrowboat and have made a YouTube video about painting their boat, see how they've done it and stuff. So we're hoping with all that knowledge we can do at least an half decent job.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now I've got them cut, I'm going to go and measure up inside and see about getting this shelving fitted. You carry on with your painting.
Thank you.
That shelf's just a little bit too tight, and I'm blaming Dawn, because we cut these back at home on the moorings before we came down the other week, and I gave Dawn the measurements and she cut them. I will confess that I did say, if anything, cut them slightly longer because I can always trim them.
I can hear you.
She's now looking at me. But yes, I did say cut them a little bit longer because we can always trim them to size rather than cutting them too short. But yeah, that one just wants a frazzy bit taking off the end. End trimmed. Take two. Fits like a glove. When we are back on our own moorings and I've got all my tools, I've got a router and things there, so I can router this edge, just smarten it up a bit so it's no longer got this sort of tongue and groove effect on there. But at least for now we can use it as some more shelving and get this all tidied up. What I'm now going to do is alter this shelf, because from there to there was about 38 centimetres, from this end was about 42 centimetres, so good 4 centimetres, inch and 3/4 different. So I'm going to level that one out and then put that extra shelf lower down, so that's going to massively increase the amount of usable storage, because instead of having to just have things all piled up on top of each other, they can all have their own space. And on a boat, storage is key. So I'll crack on with that. Dawn's cracking on with the painting out there, and then she's going to come in and sort of paint all these little bits, all the framework. And we're just saying, even just looking at the doors out there, it's going to massively change all this area. It's going to brighten it up now end. Well, apart from tidying up a bit of carnage that I've obviously left behind, like I always do when I'm doing a job, I think that's my shelving more or less done for now. Like I say, once we're back on the moorings and I've got all my tools, I can take these shelves out, sort of trim them up a bit, smarten them up, round the edges over, and then we can get them permanently fitted and Dawn can get them painted. Like, she's going to come and paint all the bits of trimming here, all this edge work very shortly. But let's go and have a look how she's getting on out there. How's painting going?
Marvellous.
Marvellous. Are you really enjoying it?
I'm on my last one.
Last one. last one with the primer, then you can primer inside, and then I might let you have another brew.
Oh, thank you.
I know I'm nice like that, aren't I?
Yeah, well.
But yeah, these are drying up nicely, so once that trim work's painted inside, we can see if we've got any paint that we can put on as a emulsion coat or a top coat.
Yes, I'm sure there is.
I think there's a little bit of magnolia,
That'll
which
do it.
might not be the colour that we want overall, but at least it's still a brighter colour, and
Base
it'll,
coat though, isn't it?
yeah, it'll get a good finish to it. And again, when we're then back at our moorings and we've got that bit more time, we can have a look at maybe selecting a colour that we prefer.
Yeah.
Now you've done battle with them doors outside, you've got these two big ones to do in here, Dawn.
Yeah.
Because these are the ones for the bathroom, and we didn't bother taking these off because they weren't sort of in the way for me making the shelving or anything like that.
Hard work though.
Yeah, that paint certainly is hard work, getting it into all that grain and everything into it.
Yes, very thick.
Yes, I'm taking the opportunity to have a few minutes break, because we're now at the point where I could start painting those doors outside with the top coat, but I need a paintbrush, and we've only got 2 paintbrushes, so as soon as you've done with that big paintbrush, I can then take that off you and start using that to paint outside with.
Certainly can.
So it's time for me to put my feet up for 5 minutes for a change.
Talk about feet up. I haven't even drunk my brew.
It'll be getting cold now as well. But yeah, so Dawn will finish those 2 doors, and then we can do the big reveal of what paint we found down in the front of the boat as to what we're going to use for a top coat for now. Well, you finally got them big doors finished in there, so I'm letting you have another brew. And I've got the big brush and started on here. So what do we think to this colour then?
I think it's lovely.
It's alright, isn't it? It's called parchment.
Parchment.
Parchment. And we'd like to say we went and chose it, but I think, as we've already mentioned, on the boat when we bought it, there were various cans of paint, weren't there? And they've been knocking about ever since. And this is one of them. So it's parchment.
But it is a very nice neutral colour,
Yes.
isn't it?
And the main aim of this is to just lift this end of the boat.
Yeah.
You know, get a bit brighter and what have you. And this will certainly do that. And it's a silk paint, so it'll sort of wipe down easily if I'm creating carnage in future.
Yeah. You've got a big bit there, look.
Oh yeah,
It's just telling you.
it's a good job I've got you here.
I know. But yeah, I'm liking.
Yeah, I think it'll look good. Like I say, overall, once we're back, and although we keep saying it, once we're back on our mooring and we've got all the proper tools and things, there's odd little bits like that need sort of sanding out, and maybe a bit of filler in there and stuff like that. And as we say, the doors as they open and close do sort of stick on the frames and things, so that's going to need a few tweaks and what have you. But just for now, for these next couple of months while we're out and about on our adventure, this is going to do the job perfect.
I'll leave you to that then, and I'll keep your pressing going on.
Thank you. And how come is it whenever we start filming, either an aeroplane or an helicopter goes past? Yeah, we wait till everything's quiet, start filming, aeroplane or helicopter. It might not seem like it, but I think we are making progress.
Yeah. It does feel like you're treading water a little bit, but it is looking brighter already.
Progress is never quick.
No, not in our lives.
It's definitely making an improvement though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see already, even just by the bits that we've already painted in here, and you can tell by the difference of colour on them doors out there that it is going to make this area so much brighter.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously in the longer term I need sort of the lighting out in here, and also perhaps even look at putting one of them pigeon box things as they call them on the roof, which lets light come in, but that's definitely a more long-term project.
Yeah.
So at least for now, the lighter colours and then a couple of lights will make this bit so much brighter. I think for now though, it's just get his head down and keep painting, because we've got at least one more coat of the top coat to do on all the doors, possibly even two. You look like you're lost.
I am. Can you lay your eyes on my masking tape?
I shall have a look.
I had it, but
I want to tape. Doesn't appear to be down this way. Doesn't appear to be down this way. No, it's got to be somewhere. Halfway outside of it. So I say halfway outside of it.
oh, here, look. That's actually where I left it. Here, look.
Most things have now had 2 coats of paint, and Dawn's just finishing off the last coat of paint on that section there. If I just take you inside, you can have a little look how it's looking down there. All looking a fair bit brighter. Plan now is we'll leave it overnight, let everything dry properly, and then it'll be get those hinges and everything back on the doors, get it all refitted, and then probably give it a 3rd and final coat. Morning then, Dawn.
Morning, Peter.
Well, you were doing breakfast. I were getting all handles and hinges and everything back on the doors, so they're ready to go back inside. And I think it's going to make a massive difference in there.
100%.
Just seeing them 2 doors that are already painted, that are already in there, and how much brighter and lighter it is.
Yeah.
It's going to look amazing. There's not a lot of room in there though to fit me, you and a camera.
No.
So I think we're just going to have to nip in there, get them fitted, and then grab the camera afterwards and do a little tour, show everyone. Do we think they're going to go back on perfectly how they came off? No.
Absolutely not.
Chances are, by the time we've done taking them off and like taking hinges off and putting bits of paint here and there, like we said earlier, they didn't fit perfectly anyway.
No.
But they're now going to fit probably even less perfectly.
But it's your job, not mine.
It just affects everything, how it all sits and what have you. Better have this, get them fitted. So it's now a good couple of hours later and we've actually managed to get these doors fitted, but it's been quite a task because, as you can see on doors like this one, there's a bit of a gap at the top there, and if Dawn just gives that door a shake, you can see the top of it's a bit loose, but then the bottom of it don't move at all. It's kind of catching on the bottom, so that needs a bit of planing and a bit of sorting out.
Yeah.
So that's further job for me to do. But what we've done is we've emptied every single bit of these cupboards, haven't we? And that's now created another little job all in itself, because if we just come out here there is the absolute carnage. What I also decided would be a good idea is if we emptied the front locker and sorted everything out so that we've got a nice clean tidy boat. So I took everything out of there, which is all this stuff. It were a good idea, weren't it, Dawn?
It was a fab idea.
A brilliant idea.
It's not one of your best.
One of them ideas that you have and it seems a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
But now halfway through it's like, why didn't we just chuck everything back in the cupboards and go to the pub?
No, you haven't earned pub time yet.
There ain't even a pub around here either. But yeah, so I think we've now got at least a good hour or two of sorting everything out, getting everything ship shape, literally ship shape, back in either front locker or all that cupboards, and just getting them doors tweaked ever so slightly. So that's going to keep us occupied.
Yes.
But hopefully you've enjoyed sort of watching us sort these cupboards out, getting that little bit of painting done, getting a bit of prep done, trying to make the boat a bit more homely.
It certainly will. More organised.
More organised, as we say. Storage is a premium on a boat.
Absolutely.
So the more organised that storage is, the better.
Yeah.
So thanks very much for watching then, folks, and we'll see you all later. Bye bye.